Hey everyone, it's Jeannie from A1 Vacuum and Sewing, and I'm going to show you how to stitch out the embellishments. So this is, I've done some of them. We did this in our sew along. So this is, these are the leaves. And I stitched these out on Badge Master, and I thought it worked great. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew these on. I'm actually not going to, I'm not going to hot glue them on. There was one of these flowers and there's one of these flowers, and somehow I lost a flower. I think I lost part of this one. I don't know where it is. And I'm pretty sure I lost part of this one, but I don't know. I learned a couple of things. Number one, it's really, you're cutting it really close on these parts right here. So this kind of broke apart as I was kind of cleaning off the threads. And I'm still going to use it. It's still totally usable. But I learned a little, and I think I'm going to cut a little bit further away. Here's this one. So it's not so thin in these sections right here. There was no problem at all with the pink one. That one came out perfectly. And I didn't have really any problems with the yellow one either. However, this line here was supposed to be cut really close to this line, like almost underneath it. And I cut it a little further away so it wouldn't accidentally come apart, because seriously, I could probably grab this right here and yank, and then it would be separated. So let's go ahead and stitch them out. I need to stitch out one more yellow one, and I need one more. I don't know where all the parts are. I hope this is, I can tell I'm missing part of this one because it should have gone skinny like this. So maybe I'll combine the two. We'll see. Not even sure this one goes with this or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to stitch out another one of the yellow ones, and I'm going to stitch out another one of the seafoam ones, and I'm going to do it in a 5x7 hoop. So I'm going to do them in two of them in one hooping, and I am going to go ahead and just hoop this up. This is Badge Master, which is a dissolve away. It's not a dissolve away mesh, but I really like it because it is super stable and it doesn't really pull that much. And as you stitch, it doesn't distort. So I'm going to go ahead, and that seems nice and tight. And let's take it over to the machine. So I have my hoop on. I'm going to leave it on the roll, which is totally fine. And I'm going to load my design. Hang on, let me adjust my arm so it doesn't fly up like that. First thing I'm going to do is select my hoop size, and I think I've already loaded in the 5x7, and it is 5x7, so I'm going to just say okay, embroidery. I'm going to go to my pocket and my USB, spring showers, designs. There's the quilt designs, and there are 3 different sizes. There's the small, the medium, and the large. So I need one of these, the medium one for the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and set that. I'm going to just put it right here in the corner. And then I can go here to my edit buttons and use my move key. And then I can have some precise placement. I'm going to say okay. Now I'm going to add to that. And I'm going to add one of those tiny flowers. So I'm going to go USB, spring showers, my designs, the quilt ones. And let's add one of those flowers and go ahead and set that. I'm going to hit, oh, let's go ahead and move it first. And if there was enough room, I would add one more, but we're kind of filling up that hoop. So move. And there's plenty of room in between the two, and I'm just going to go ahead and say okay. And we are ready to stitch. So I'm going to go embroidery. Now it does want you to have a matching bobbin, and it is going to stitch this one first. So it stitches in order, in the order in which you add your designs. I am overlapping here. I don't know if you can see this, but right here, that design is overlapping, which means I cannot color sort, which is totally fine. I have this pre-wound bobbin, so I'm going to use this. It has some yellow embroidery thread on it. And like I said, you want to match your lower and your upper thread. I'm going to slide my hoop back on. It's going to move my embroidery arm, and I am going to put for the cut line. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to do a tack down. And then for the bigger ones, it's going to do the placement first. And for the two big designs, the large flower and the medium flower, there's a tack down stitch. So it does placement, you put your fabric down, then it does a tack down. For the small ones, it just goes right into stitching, I think. Let me just check that. I'm putting in a darker green for the cut line. You can put a black in, you can put any color you want, but I'm going to put this dark green in so it'll be easy for me to cut. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my placement stitch. I'm going to kind of watch that a little bit, and I'm going to grab my yellow felt, and I am going to give it a little shot of spray to lay down. So here's my felt right here. I'm just going to shoot some spray right here on the corner. I have my little spray box set up right over here. And I'm just going to lay it down right inside of that. There's no tack down for this one, so it's just going to start doing the cut line. There's something under here. Here we go. I can feel it. And this is the line that you're going to cut. And it helps to have it a different, darker color, or I guess a color that contrasts. After this is done, I'm going to put a gold in. Now that I've done a bunch of them, I feel so experienced because the first one didn't go so well. The trimming. Okay, now there's a decorative stitch, so you can either blend it or you can contrast it. I'm going to put a gold in. This is going to be a little bit darker, but still in that yellow family. I'm going to leave that yellow in there because I'm going to be stitching on my, my seafoam green. So I'll be able to see that yellow. It'll be nice high contrast. Look how tiny that is. Doesn't take up too much room. I'm going to give this a shot of spray. And I think it'll fit in here. Yeah, that should fit. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the, this is the cut line. And then we'll put something pretty in. For the decorative stitch. So I think Chris in her video, Chris from Kimberbell in her video, oh, that one just made it, huh? She said to use black, but I think any color that's a high contrast will work. Okay, and now I'm going to put in the decorative stitch thread. And I should have something matching in the bobbin. I'm going to put this in. It kind of matches the... matches the fabric, the felt. Oop. You can see right there, this is a good thing for you to see. I just loaded that in and I didn't get it into the tension. Do you see how it's spooling from right here and across? It should spool from, it should come down here. I'll show you the difference. So if I had stitched, I would have no bobbin tension. So, I mean, it happens to the best of us sometimes. So I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to pull it over here, put my finger on the bobbin, and now I can tell I'm in the bobbin tension. And you're going to see it, you can see the line of thread going straight down. That's where your bobbin tension is. And once you start sewing, it's going to go straight down and then up. I'll stop my machine so you can see, you're going to be able to see it right through the Badge Master. All right. Actually, you won't, because I'll show it to you in the end. When it's done stitching, I'll show it to you. But once you start sewing, that line of thread will kind of go from, I guess it might be like 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. There'll be a line of thread. And that shows you that you're in your bobbin tension. But I missed it that first time. I gotta admit, it's really rare that I miss it, but I saw that happen right away. And if I had kept stitching, you would have seen that bobbin thread come up. And we are ready to trim. So let me put this to the side. And I gotta tell you, I struggled trimming my first set of these. It did not go well. Let me get this out of the way. And I love these Kimberbell colors. I don't even know if they're all available for us to purchase, so hopefully they'll make them available. All right. And I'm just going to cut this away for right now. And if you don't have Badge Master, you should get some. It's just a dissolve away. It's hardy. Okay. So that yellow is actually my cut line. On this one, it's that dark green, and that's my cut line. So you want to cut right on that. Where I was struggling is if you look right in here, in between the yellows, it was pretty thin. So I'll make that a little bit bigger, and I'll show you what I'm going to do as I go. Let me bring this closer to me, and let's start cutting. And whichever side it's easier for you to cut. Whoops. Let me hold it here. If you want to cut from the front, or if you want to cut from the back. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to how close that line is and how much I have in between. And I have plenty of room, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut right on this. Because it looks like it's pretty thick here. But if you want it thicker at any point, you can just come down. I'd rather it be thicker. See how I'm not on that stitch? I'm going to have to pull out that stitch. But at least it's not going to rip, which is what happened to some of my other ones. It was so sad. And I felt like so amateur. I'm used to things going my way, and it did not go my way at all. So, don't be afraid to bring it in a little bit. Okay, so that is going to be okay, here I need to bring it out a little bit. And because I need that. See, I'm bringing it out a little bit so it's not so skinny here. I'm going to have to rip out a lot of these stitches, but I'm okay with that. As long as it doesn't come apart on me like it did before. Like this right here. Ooh, that's going to be close. I'm going to cut right around that stitch. I'm going to cut right by the right by the green stitch. That could be really close. I think you know now that I think I've mentioned, if you haven't watched a video that I've done, I try to keep it professional. However, my sewing room is the main thoroughfare that people come and go. Okay, hang on. Do I have this going the right way? There we go. Oh my goodness. How did that come off? Okay, I think I got it. All right. So now let's go ahead and we will do the yellow one. I'm confused on that one. I don't know if I cut the right line. I guess just be careful. I'm going to cut. So instead of cutting that green line, I'm going to cut the green line that goes. I'm making it come down a little bit. That's how mine got this thick section here under it. Because look how thin that is, and I just don't trust that it's going to stay together. So I'm going to just cut around here and pretend that green line is touching the tops of these. And then I have to make sure that I don't get confused when I'm trimming it. Okay, I'm going to try and stay on this green line now. Okay, let's throw that away so it doesn't confuse me. And now we'll come all the way around this, and then we'll cut all the innies and outies. Okay. And then we're going to cut all of these. And this is going to take a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to grab a drink and sit in front of the TV. And I'm going to cut this. And then we'll go ahead and we will complete these over here because those I already took and I got all the stabilizer off of them. So maybe I didn't need to keep all those little pieces. Maybe that was, I just started thinking, oh no, I need those. I'm starting to think all the little stuff that came off, I didn't even need that. So I'm going to trim this and I will see you back here in a minute. All right, I'm ready to go ahead and put some of these together. You can see I haven't washed away the Badge Master on this, but I have on this one. And we're going to go ahead and do this flower first. This is going to be the pink flower. And what it says to do, number one, it says cut your wool ball in half. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one in half. And okay. So cute, like a little dome. And then you also have this one. These are going to be the center of the yellow one. So I'm going to cut this in half too. All right. So here are my little halves. You're going to start with the outer petals. This is the center part's going to cover the bottom of, it's going to cover the bottom of this little pink one. So we're going to start with the pink one, and you just want to, and you can decide if you want that to be the outer petals or that to be the outer petals. So I have yellow and I have pink, and let's see. It's kind of fun with the yellow, isn't it? So maybe I'll do it with the yellow so you can see the yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue here, and we're just going to start gluing. Oop. You just kind of want to line it up on the bottom and just get to it. There we go. Sorry, I know sometimes, you know what it is this is right in front of me, so I put it here so I can see it. Okay, I'm going to try and be better. You can stitch this down too, but come on, what's easier? A glue gun, for sure. Just keep going around. We can pull these back like this. It'll look super pretty. Just down towards the bottom. It's going to take a while, but that's okay. It'll look gorgeous. And just keep going. And then we can play with these petals later when we're all glued. Oop! Stuck to that. Just had to add a whole nother stick. I've had this glue gun. I think I've had this glue gun for like 20 years or something. I've had it forever. Isn't it crazy to think that you could have a glue gun for that long? You ladies probably have stuff that you've had longer, but it's kind of impressive. 20-year relationship with this glue gun. This glue gun has given me a lot of burns. Okay, I know I have a lot of stringy glue. I'm super excited about this flower. I better put these out of the way. I'm probably about a third of the way done. So just know this isn't going to be super fast, but it's going to be super gorgeous. How am I doing? Am I staying in focus? A little bit better? Looks like honey on the back side. Because this is so thick, I will probably hot glue gun it to my flower pot. And you don't want to glue it too far up because you don't want the glue to show. And then that last round part here, okay, I don't have all my glue on, but you're just going to take it and curl it under the back side. And that will kind of close it up. Isn't that so neat? Wrap it up like a present. Okay, I mean, I love these, but I definitely struggled with, whoops, sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and just roll this around here, and I'm just gonna pull this in, and I did put some glue right here on this edge part. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, that'll just have to be the underside. And how cute is that? And then pull down these petals a little bit so that you can see that stitching. I mean, is that adorable or what? That is adorable. I love it. And if you have some of these stray threads, just pull them out. It's hard to get them all. And trim whatever threads you need to. And that's what really makes it, I think, is when you take your petals and just kind of pull them down. And then it just looks adorable. I love it. If you need to give your flower petals a little haircut, you can do that too. Let's go ahead and do the yellow one. Okay, yellow one. We're going to take it. This part is going to cover over the back, so we're going to start with this inside part. Here we go. We're going to put a little bit of glue right here. And I'm going to do it this way. Ooh, do you like this? I am actually going the opposite direction. I guess that shows you anything is possible. What I'm also seeing is I have all these loose threads everywhere. Maybe I just had them right there. All right, let's go for it. And this is really going to fan out because remember I made this part a little bit thicker. Try not to make it too globby like I just did right there. And it'll, oh, ow, that's my finger. That's bound to happen. Ah, okay. That was hot. Right. Like I said, try not to get your finger. We're going to go light on the glue. And we're going to hold the petals. That's some hot stuff. Okay, and just hold it up on the top end where the petals are, and that's going to save your fingers. And if mine looks a little thicker on the end, it's because I didn't cut it right on the line. Because it was, I didn't cut it right on the line. Just because I had all that breakage. So I started getting paranoid. So I started cutting it a little thicker. And that's my recommendation because I felt like I just pulled apart my small ones, my small flower, the felt. So I was trying to get it to work better. And then we'll do a little one. I haven't done a little one yet. I'll do my best. I love it. Okay, cutting this one was a little bit of a bear. It wasn't really fun. But it just looks so great. It does. It just looks amazing. What happened there? That looks really thick. Might trim that. Okay, remember, this is going to come around and this is going to seal this. So, I think it. I just love that. The way everything comes together on the bottom. Isn't that just adorable? And now we can just fan out our flower petals. It's a little globby right there. Let me put that up. And there we go. Another gorgeous flower. And that'll look absolutely beautiful in one of the pots. Okay, we're going to do one more. We're going to do one of these. All right, so when you do these flowers, it says that this will become the base. So you're going to start with that. So it says here in the book, let me show you. Flowers without center wool felt ball. Finishing instructions. Trim your excess stabilizer. Cut flower along cut line. Dissolve stabilizer. Roll flower from the outside to the inside. The center will become the base of the flower. So I think we're just going to go ahead and let's carefully put a little bit of glue right around the edge. We're just going to start out. Hopefully this is right. Actually, we kind of have to go on the outside, don't we? So we can build it up from the outside in. Okay. Now I'm going to go, because I have glue there. Let's go. And these are small, so just a little bit of glue. And if you mess up, just do another one. They didn't take that long to stitch, and they're so cute. I really love these. I had one customer who just absolutely loved them, and she made like 20 of them. And then I had one customer who said, oh, they're such a pain in the butt. And I gotta agree. With both of them, I agree with both of them. They're a huge pain in the butt, but they're so cute. They're so cute. And maybe you could use these on other projects. I think I would, yes, I would pay money to buy these done. Right? Make sure you, where this little pink thread came from, I don't know. You don't want to put more glue than you have flour like I did on that pink one. But it's okay because that's going to be the underside. So just go to where, like that. Little bit too much, but that's okay. All right. So that's the gluey, globby end. And you know how you get kind of spider webby? Sometimes it's going to matter how you lay it down, right? Because my flower, okay, this one's not so pretty. And I think that's because my petals, when they get laid down, were kind of on top of each other. Let's see if we can pull that one in. So you might be able to save this a little bit. That one is not much of a looker compared to these. I mean, those are beautiful. That one wasn't so great. Let's try it again. See how we do with this one. I wonder if... You know, I started from the outside before with this one, and I feel like it came out so much better. So I think I might go ahead and roll this one from the outside in. Let me see how it looks. And I'll use that circle end to kind of cover up the base. That is so much cuter than this. So I'm going to start from... I'm going to start here and just do that. And you just have to be careful not to burn yourself. So much cuter. Why would I do it the other way? Did I read it wrong? I mean, I didn't read it wrong because it says that's the center. So much cuter rolling it the other way. So you can do what you want, but I think you'll be happier. I can feel the heat coming through the felt, and I'm so glad it's not touching my fingers. The glue. I guess I can spread it here now on the flower instead. Seems a little easier to do that. Okay, we're almost coming around. It looks like a little rose. Okay, now play with it to see how you have to have it come around. And I'm just going to put my glue just kind of in a little spiral here. And just have it cover over this bottom. There we go. And then just fan these out. And how cute is that? And so much cuter than one. I'm embarrassed to show you this one. Is that like so horrible? I'm going to redo that one because look how cute that is. That's absolutely adorable. So now we have our petals, which I better not lose because there should be 5 of them. And I have these, which are so adorable. I'm going to do another, actually, I need to go soak these. So that's it for me in the flowers. So you kind of see what not to do and what to do. And it's so much cuter. It was the same size, but so much cuter. Maybe I'll keep that. Maybe it'll just add character. I can kind of smush them in together. Maybe that'll look better if I do that. And there you go. Thanks for joining me.